Good evening and welcome to the Gaston County Schools Evening of Excellence ceremony presented by Wells Fargo. I am Todd Hagans from the Gaston County Schools Communications Department, and it is a pleasure to serve as the Master of Ceremonies for tonight's program, which honors outstanding educators. Tonight, we will present the most prestigious awards given by Gaston County Schools when we announce our teacher, principal, assistant principal, and central office administrator of the year for 2016-2017. To begin tonight's program, Mr. Bill Ingram from Wells Fargo will offer our official welcome, followed by remarks from Mrs. Dot Guthrie, representing the Gaston County Board of Education, and our superintendent of schools, Mr. W. Jeffrey Booker.
Well, thank you all again for allowing us to attend and participate in this wonderful event in the Evening of Excellence. A couple things real quick. I know everybody knows Beth Suber, who's in the back. Not everybody may know Pamela Gaff, but they are the ones that are responsible for putting this evening together, from the menus to the venue to the awards, the whole pieces. So thank you, Beth. Thank you, Pamela, for all the work you guys did to put this together. And I may have missed him, but last year he was sitting here as a nominee, but this year I hear he's a state celebrity. Where's Bobby Kavanaugh at? Holy smokes, congratulations, man. I have the pleasure of helping to coach my 8-year-old son's baseball team. And it's amazing to watch a bunch of 7- and 8-year-olds learn to play baseball. So they come out in the spring and they really... Some of them have played a lot. Some of them have been playing since they were knee-high to a grasshopper. I'm from Kentucky. I'm allowed to say that. And some others have never played before in their lives. But it's fun to watch from that first practice to the first game. And then from the first game to the second game. And what's interesting is watching their development. So from the kid that maybe has never thrown a baseball before, or never stood at the plate and taken that swing, or never fielded a ground ball, to all of a sudden the repetition starts taking place. And then all of a sudden, something amazing happens. They catch 2 or 3 in a row. They make solid contact 2 or 3 times in a row at the plate and get hits. They start fielding those ground balls or catching those pop flies. And all of a sudden, the magical thing that happens, it's in their eyes. And all of a sudden, it clicks. Every day, you all have that opportunity in the classrooms that you're in. You get to watch those students in those lesson plans that you put forth every single day, to watch those students as their minds are opened up to new topics, to new challenges that may present to them. You get to watch those clicks. You're here tonight because you're the best of the best. You're here because you recognize those clicks. You see them on a regular basis. You capitalize it right on that moment. You reinforce to those students what's happening. You're the best of the best. That's why you're here. This is the Evening of Excellence. Congratulations to all the nominees. Thank you for all you do. On behalf of the over 100 team members that we have that live and work here in Gaston County, thank you for what you're doing every single day to educate our students, to educate our leaders and the future leaders. It's hard to say, but you may have the next Bill Gates in your classroom today, or the next John Stump. For those of you who don't know, he's the president of our small little bank that we run. Or the next Prince or Michael Jackson. You just don't know. So, thank you for what you do every single day to continue to grow and expand the minds of the students each and every day. Be it a second grader learning about the War of 1812, or that senior in calculus that's trying to figure out what an imaginary number is. I still don't know. But thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of this evening. Enjoy the evening and have a great night. Thank you.
I would like for the members of the Gaston County Board of Education to stand and remain standing, please. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week to you. Good evening. On behalf of Kenny Lutz, Board of Education Chair, and Dot Cherry, Lee Dedman, Jeff Ramsey, Catherine Roberts, Mark Upchurch, and of course, Dot Guthrie. We welcome you this evening to this wonderful Evening of Excellence Award. I take great pleasure in welcoming you to the annual Evening of Excellence ceremony. This evening, we have come to recognize and honor you as our most outstanding employees in the Gaston County Schools. The Board of Education is delighted to pay tribute to you for the time that you spend with our most valuable resource, our children. And speaking of books and experience with children, you make that book the little engine that could come to life. I think I can, I think I can. And when students march across the stage to graduate, they will say, I thought I could, I thought I could. And we thank you, teachers and educators, for your exemplary leadership and outstanding performance in and out of the classrooms, community, and state. We want to thank Wells Fargo, champions for education. For helping to make this evening special for you. What an awesome and important business partner you are to Gaston County Schools. And once again, to our honorees, the board joins me in saying congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Well, good evening. All right, y'all know me. I'm going to ask you to do it again if you'll give me some energy. Good evening. Thank you. It is an honor to be here. It is great to stand around the parking lot and watch you come in and have you for once get to come in and just be. Each day we ask you to come in and be on, to be on for some 32,000 children. Tonight, please sit here and be for you. Please take a moment to know that you're valued and appreciated. We will be saying thank you to Wells Fargo multiple times tonight because what you are getting to do tonight is a blank check affair from their perspective. They don't nickel and dime. They don't push back. They say, we believe in education. Now, Bill, I missed the stagecoach. The stagecoach that's a big thing. I know y'all are rebranded and all that good stuff. Yeah, you brought tickets for everybody too, right? A little golf tournament. But seriously, it is so appropriate that we are here celebrating excellence during the week of Teacher Appreciation. We will join some 3.7 million educators in the United States. 3.7 million. But we are fortunate to have over 2,000 educators that call Gaston County Schools their family. So tonight we get to recognize you as you represent those 2,000. So 70 years ago, somebody had the idea we ought to recognize teachers. And then in 1952, somebody said, we ought to have a day. And then in 1984, they expanded it to a week. Well, I will tell you, in working with our Board of Education, it is Teacher Appreciation Week every day of the year because they do value what you do. But we do pause to express a special appreciation tonight to the 55 honorees from our schools. We'll also take a moment and recognize our principal, assistant principal, and administrators of the year. So it's a significant night for us, but it's really something that I hope you'll, again, just be here and be present. Because as we have this, I want you to keep in mind this quote. William Ward was a famous and prolific inspirational writer, and he wrote, "The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires." Tonight we celebrate those who inspire every day. And you are here because you help our children learn and grow, and you inspire that success. So thank you for all you do, and let's have a great evening.
1 year ago, we gathered in this room, and I remember Glennis Brooks, who was principal at South Point High School at the time, saying to me very confidently, "He is going to win. He is going to win it all." And of course, she was talking about her school's nominee for Teacher of the Year, Bobby Kavnar. Now, we all know that Glennis was right. He won Gaston County Teacher of the Year, Southwest Region Teacher of the Year, and on April 7th, during a ceremony sponsored by the Department of Public Instruction, he won it all. Please welcome the North Carolina Teacher of the Year from Gaston County Schools, Bobby Kavnar.
Thank you. One year ago today, I stood on the stage shaking nervously, my throat going dry, and just hoping not to drop the crystal apple placed in my hands. By the way, it's not attached to the base. But I remember being so glad that I'd written a speech because there was absolutely nothing available in my head at that moment. In that speech that night, I thanked our corporate sponsors, I thanked the district, I thanked my wife, and then I closed with this statement. I said, "Finally, let me say, it is easy to feel put upon if we let ourselves forget why we make these sacrifices. We do it for children because we believe in the promise of children and the promise of a free, equal public education for all. We must not forget that, and we must fight to keep that promise to our children. Thank you for giving me the chance to lead the charge. I won't let you down." For anyone that knew me well that night, this was a completely unremarkable statement. This is something I've talked about all my career. It was a phrase I've probably said 100 times. Mr. Grimes has probably heard it many times at lunch, in fact. But I didn't realize this was a phrase that was going to change my life. In the fall, Mr. Booker asked me to sit on a panel for convocation, and he asked me a question about why I teach. And once again, I reached back to my core belief, a belief that a free, equal public education is important because it can be the one thing that is truly fair and equal in the lives of children. That as teachers, we are the keepers of America's promise of equal opportunity, and that this promise, dreamt of by the founders of our great society and written into the Declaration of our nation, is the true purpose of public education. Well, that moment became the catalyst of everything that's happened over the next year. That answer became the core of my platform for my year as Gaston County Teacher of the Year. This became my message as I traveled the county speaking to teachers and visiting classrooms. And I went on to use that core belief as my platform to win Southwest Region Teacher of the Year. And it was, in fact, that phrase that was quoted by State Superintendent June Atkinson when she announced that the State Teacher of the Year was from Gaston County. So now, at the end of my year as Gaston County Teacher of the Year, I've never been more sure of that core message. This year, I visited the classrooms of so many talented, intelligent, and hardworking teachers. I saw truly quality instruction happening all across our county. From the 5th grade classroom learning about their civil rights to the elementary classroom singing about Pete the Cat's groovy shoes. I saw children of all ability levels, of all races, from all socioeconomic status, who had safe schools, healthy food, and a gifted and energetic teacher who cared about them. I also had the incredible honor of interviewing every Teacher of the Year here tonight. I heard stories of children whose parents could not afford needed medication and how teachers stepped in to find them help. Stories of teachers guiding and supporting the children in their classes after one of their friends passed away. Having to explain the death of someone so young to someone so young is the very definition of unfairness in life. I heard stories of connections these teachers made that have lasted all of their lives, and how they inspired young people to reach beyond the limits put on them by their environment. The teachers in this room are exactly what I was talking about last August on the convocation stage. The teachers in this room are the equalizers. They are the ones who can make life a little more fair for children whose lives are full of injustices. The teachers in this room truly are the keepers of America's promise of equal opportunity. Next year, I'll be traveling the state, the country, and even the world speaking for public education. I'll sit on the state school board for the next 2 years, on the Superintendent's Advisory Council as well. I'll travel to the White House, to Germany, and even to space camp. I'll visit every district in the state, from Cherokee in the west to Dare in the east, and from Alamance to Yancey. But along the way, I will fondly think about this year as Gaston County Teacher of the Year. Because it was this award and the South Point Teacher of the Year award that was given by people who truly know me, who see me teach every day, who know firsthand what I do for my school and my community. In closing, let me say this. Everyone in this room, and indeed anyone who works in education, has made sacrifices in order to do so. We all know of the financial sacrifices we make in order to stay in education, as well as the time we sacrifice to coach, sponsor clubs, chaperone events, grade papers, and give back to our schools and our communities. But none of that would be possible without the sacrifices of family and friends who believe that what we do is important. None of what I have accomplished in my career or in my classroom or in the lives of young people would be possible if not for the support of my wife, Jenny. Her patience, encouragement, and selflessness are the reason I'm here today. And so I'd like to say thank you to all the family and friends who are here today. All the spouses, all of the brothers and sisters, all of the support that you've gotten. Because without you, none of this would be possible. None of us would be sitting here today. I'd like to close my speech the way I closed that first speech last year, that speech I gave 1 year ago. We must not forget the promise we have made to children. We must fight to keep that promise to our children. Thank you for giving me the chance to lead the charge, and I won't let you down.
Bobby, congratulations. We know that you have a very busy year ahead of you, and we will hear a lot more throughout the year from Bobby Cavnar. It's the third time since the first State Teacher of the Year award was handed out in 1970 that we've had the State Teacher of the Year in Gaston County, so it's a significant honor for our school district, and all of us should be very proud. I would like to recognize the selection committees who had the task of selecting our winners this evening, and several special guests that we have with us in the room. When I call your name, if you will please stand. The Teacher of the Year Selection Committee: James Beckford, Bobby Cavnar, Joey Clinton, Diane Gibson, and Rebecca Huffstetler. The Principal of the Year Selection Committee: Bobby Cavnar, Joey Clinton, Todd Dellinger, Rebecca Duncan, Todd Hagans, and Jamie Peoples. The Assistant Principal of the Year Selection Committee: James Beckford, Joey Clinton, Jamie Peoples, and Jennifer Polson. And the Central Office Administrator of the Year Selection Committee: James Beckford, Bobby Cavnar, Joey Clinton, and Jamie Peoples. Thank you all for taking on the task of selecting our winners this year. Several regional and state winners that are with us this evening. First, Dixie Abernathy, the Gaston County Teacher of the Year in 1991 and the North Carolina Teacher of the Year in 1992. Dr. Dixie Abernathy. Beth Suber, the Gaston County Teacher of the Year in 2008 and a finalist for Southwest Regional Teacher of the Year. And of course, Bobby Kavnar, the current North Carolina Teacher of the Year. Bobby, I won't let you eat that brownie over there. I'm gonna take the attention away from you, and we'll let you finish that brownie. Also, Dot Guthrie, numerous awards, and among her awards, 3-time Gaston County Schools Librarian of the Year and 1998 North Carolina School Media and Technology Specialist of the Year. Former Principals of the Year, Cindy Hester, 2006, Audrey Devine, 2009, James Montgomery, 2011, Torben Ross, 2012, Terry Ussery, 2013, Rebecca Duncan, 2014, and Joey Clinton, 2015. You all stand and be recognized. The 2015 Gaston County Schools New Teacher of the Year, Olivia Spencer from Cramerton Middle School. And we're also recognizing tonight our 2015 Teacher Assistant of the Year, Jennifer Ledford from Bessemer City Primary. She could not be with us this evening. Thank you all very much for being here. At this time, we have our recognition of the Area Employees of the Year, and we're going to ask Mr. Booker to please come forward for that presentation. Also representing the Board of Education, our Vice Chairman, Mr. Jeff Ramsey. And when I call your name, if you will come forward and accept your award from Mr. Booker and Mr. Ramsey. First, we have the 2015-2016 Gaston County Schools School Counselor of the Year, Tim Harden. Mr. Harden is the school counselor at Forest Heights Elementary. The 2015-16 Gaston County School Library Media Coordinator of the Year is Caitlin Franklin. Caitlin is the media coordinator at Brookside Elementary. The 2015-16 Gaston County Schools Social Worker of the Year is Marcia Beatty. Marcia serves as the school social worker at Bessemer City High School. The 2015 School Psychologist of the Year for Gaston County Schools is Nicole James. Nicole is part of our Department for Exceptional Children, and she serves several of our schools. And the 2015-16 Gaston County Schools Nurse of the Year, Susan Clark. Susan is the school nurse at Gardner Park Elementary. Congratulations to all of our Area Employees of the Year. And Mr. Ramsey and Mr. Booker, thank you very much. And at this time, it is a pleasure to welcome to the podium for the presentation of finalists for Assistant Principal of the Year, our winner from last year from Hunter Huss High School. Please welcome Jamie Peoples. And as Ms. Peoples introduces each candidate, we ask you to please come forward. There is an X right here on the stage. We'd like for you to stand right there so you can be seen as she talks about you, and everybody watching on Channel 21 will be able to see.
At this time, I would like to call up Mr. Glenn Cook, Assistant Principal at Stuart Cramer High School. Mr. Cook has been the assistant principal of Stuart Cramer High School since the doors opened. He believes in being a servant leader and has done so by serving in all capacities of the school. He encourages the staff to teach the students' hearts. His goal is to reach students who are struggling by helping them create goals after high school. Glenn strives to form relationships with the students at Stuart Cramer to motivate, coach, and encourage them to be successful. Please welcome me in congratulating Mr. Glenn Cook, Assistant Principal at Stuart Cramer High School. I call Ms. Jackson, Stephanie Jackson, Assistant Principal at Hunter Huss High School. Ms. Jackson believes it is crucial to help other educators reach their highest level. She leads by being a visionary, a communicator, and a caring educator. Stephanie models being a lifelong learner to the students and staff at Hunter Huss High School. She strives to help students grow by monitoring their deficiencies and progress while assisting their teachers identify successful strategies in professional learning communities. Please welcome me in congratulating Ms. Stephanie Jackson, Assistant Principal at Hunter Huss High School. Slippery. And finally, I call Ms. Jessica Mellon, Assistant Principal at Lowell Elementary School. In her second year as an elementary school assistant principal, Jessica Mellon is leading by participating and modeling by example. She has personally been involved in the classrooms to practice what she has learned to help teachers focus on academic growth. She has improved her professional strategies this school year by participating in the Superintendent's Leadership Academy. Jessica believes it is important to engage the students through the use of technology and making education relevant to their lives. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Jessica Mellon, Assistant Principal at Lowell Elementary. Under the notebook, thank you. Oh, I see that. Sorry. And this year's Assistant Principal of the Year is Mr. Glenn Cook from Stuart Cramer High School.
Thank you. Good evening and thank you. It's an honor to be chosen among these other fine assistant principals, and it's been a privilege and a blessing to serve in Gaston County where I was born and raised. I would like to extend my gratitude to the selection committee for making this process a smooth one and easing my nerves during that interview process. My school community has loved and supported me throughout the years as I've grown into a wonderful school family. I would like to thank the staff and administration at Belmont Central, Robinson Elementary, and Stuart W. Cramer for their dedication and desire to inspire our students. A special thank you to Mr. Johnny Biles, Mrs. Sarah Moore, and especially you, Mrs. Audrey Devine, for all of your guidance as I've grown and developed as a school leader. And most importantly, thank you to my wonderful family, my beautiful wife, Ashley, and two little girls, Cameron and Blakely, for always supporting me when that meant a week's worth of late nights. Their patience instead of aggravation has meant the world to me. And a thank you to my precious mother, Gisela, who is here with me tonight to enjoy this moment. These are the moments that when we wish that everyone special in our lives was still with us. Their absence makes our hearts hurt no matter how happy we truly are. Tonight, I know my dad would be proud. And I miss him, and I always appreciated his wisdom when I needed it the most. Now, I know that every individual here tonight does their best every day to improve the lives of children. We often never know how our actions or words will influence a student's life. John Wooden defines success as the peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. And with this in mind, I hope you all have a successful end of the year. Thank you all again.
To recognize our finalist for Gaston County Central Office Administrator of the Year, we would like to welcome our winner from last year, James Beckford.
I am extremely pleased to introduce to you Chris Goodson. Mr. Goodson, will you join me here, please? Chris Goodson, Instructional Technology Facilitator in the Technology Support Services Department. Chris defines success as seeing the tools that he teaches implemented in his classroom each day, and also when students come to join him and to remember something that he taught them in the past. Chris says his job is the best of both worlds, as he gets to work with teachers and students. He says that he enjoys the lack of routine in his position, and he likes the fact that technology is constantly changing. He says if something is written in his newspaper, he hopes that the actual headline would be, "The Educator Tries Something New." Congratulations, Chris Goodson. Barbara James is a technology specialist, accountability department. She says she measures her success in how well she helps others to do their jobs. She sees Gaston County Schools in 10 years being a mix of hybrid learning with even more technology integrated into classrooms. Professionalism for her is having integrity and doing the right thing for others. She also believes in challenging herself each day to give of her very best. She feels that a headline in her newspaper is about reinventing yourself. Congratulations, Barbara. Lisa Montgomery. Lisa is an instructional technology facilitator in Technology Support Services Department. She feels that she can impact learning by being a good listener and learning the needs of students, teachers, administrators. She envisions schools as a safe place for students to learn, as well as to allow the students to make mistakes and also to learn from those mistakes. Professionalism to Lisa means integrity, honor, and morality. She hopes a story about her professional life would have the headline, "She did what she thought she could do." Congratulations, Lisa. Gina Waters. Gina is the payroll supervisor in finance department. She defines her success in how well she does her job, being a good role model and giving 110%. She feels that she impacts student learning by keeping teachers happy. She envisions Gaston County Schools in 10 years with an even higher graduation rate and continued student success. Where Gino says professionalism is continually learning about your job and trying to excel at what you are doing. She hopes that a headline for her newspaper is that she is dedicated to her job. Congratulations, Gina Waters, Finance Department. And the Central Office Administrator of the year 2016-27 is Lisa Montgomery.
Oh, wow. I am shocked and I am humbled. First of all, I'm humbled because I know these people and I know what they mean to Gaston County Schools. And just to be able to stand with them and be counted with them is more than an honor to me. I know what they've done to help me be better, and how many times Chris has bailed me out on a Minecraft game, or they've helped me with my teacher paperwork, or Barbara has retrieved my password more times than she wants to. So I know who they are, but I'm also humbled. I brought a verse with me up here tonight just in case, and the verse is from Nehemiah, and the verse has to do with heritage and inheritance. And as I look across this room tonight, there are seasons of my life that are represented in each of you. When I look at Becky Duncan, I remember being in the 4th grade and sitting at Warlick Elementary, and we vowed that we would be a teacher. And we plotted and we planned, and we did it. And then I look at Mr. Deadman, and I remember being at Highland, the best school ever. And it's not the Highland now. This was Highland Junior High. And the teachers there taught us not only to love learning and to love each other, but to love ourselves. And then I look at my husband, a North Gaston graduate just like me, and looking at him, 24 years of our lives together, and all of it has the thread of Gaston County Schools at some point in it. And then I look at Cindy, my boss, that represents this season in my life, and Chris and my TSS family, and how they have supported me and loved me and helped me be better. I want to tell you a really quick story before I sit down so that you understand what I represent as the impact that you make in Gaston County Schools. Many years ago, 2 women came to this county, one born in 1903 and one born in 1915. The one born in 1903 had 10 children, and the baby of those 10 was my daddy. The one born in 1915 was a single mother of a little girl, and both women worked at Laura Ray Mills, and they worked hard to make a living for their family. They sent their children to Gaston County Schools, and their one hope was that Gaston County Schools would instill tools into their children to give them a better future and a hope. So the little girl graduated from Ashley High School, where upon graduation she served as a school secretary there for a while. And the little boy graduated from Hunter Huss. And as fate would have it, they married. They had 3 children, a set of fraternal twins, me, a girl, and then a baby girl sometime later. They sent those children to North Gaston, and it was their hope that Gaston County Schools would make them better so that they could have a better future and a better hope. And as fate would have it, that North Gaston girl soon found her a North Gaston graduate guy. And the 2 of us decided that we should be married and do life together. And part of our doing life together has always involved Gaston County Schools. We've served this county for decades, and it has been our pleasure. And we've sent our children here. Our son graduated a few years ago, and just a couple weeks ago, Jamie and I were walking the halls of North Gaston, and we were overcome with emotion because we realized this is our last parent conference ever. This is it. We're standing in a school where we graduated and we still felt like students. But it was surreal to realize this is our baby. We're not kids here anymore. I'm not an ITF here anymore. You're not an AP or a fill-in teacher. But our baby's graduating, and we were so pleased. What you all have done for our children, we thank you for that. While we're sad that that adventure is getting ready to end, and we won't get to be parents in Gaston County Schools, we are super excited because in 1 year, we get to start a new adventure. We're going to be grandparents in Gaston County Schools. So Brookside, for y'all that dealt with us as parents, wait till you get to deal with us as grandparents. In 1 year, we are sending you the smartest, most adorable, most yummy, most perfect little boy ever. And we can't wait to be there with you as you help provide a future that we know is best for our little boy. Finally, honey, thank you for doing life with me. There's nobody else that I'd rather do it with, and there's probably nobody else that could put up with me like that. I love you. Thank you.
And now to present the finalist for Wells Fargo Principal of the Year, we welcome our Gaston County Principal of the Year for 2015-2016 from Ashbrook High School, Joey Clinton.
Good evening. You know, listening to Lisa Montgomery talk just makes me feel good. Thank you, Lisa. It's excellent. And it's my pleasure and privilege tonight to recognize and introduce the finalists for Principal of the Year. First up is Brian Denton. Brian? Mr. Denton attributes a shift in his educational viewpoint to an article he read during graduate school, which emphasized the value of education on our society as a democracy. He sees the importance of providing students an opportunity to contribute to society as a civic duty, one he takes very seriously each and every day. Mr. Denton is extremely proud of the music program that has been established at his school. He has found the teachers and the culture at Cramerton to be very supportive of the performing arts. Mr. Denton says he values academic equity at Cramerton, and he uses anecdotal notes and classroom walkthroughs to monitor the instructional delivery of teachers in his building. He feels his number one goal is to improve the lives of students by getting to know them. He encourages relationship building and understands the importance of recognizing their particular needs of middle school students, which change on a day-to-day basis. He hopes a news article about his professional life would have the headlines, "He liked kids and kids liked him." Congratulations, Brian Denton, Principal of Cramerton Middle School. Next is Rebecca Huffstatler, Southwest Middle School. Ms. Huffstetler is proud of her staff at Southwest Middle School and the changes that they've made to their rising sixth grade orientation this year. She feels they did an amazing job of making a connection with future middle schoolers from the time students boarded the buses at their elementary school until their visit concluded. If she could have a state legislator visit Southwest, Ms. Huffstetler would like to start them out at 5:45 on a bus as students climbed aboard to start their academic day before the sun rises. She says she would want them to see the day from start to finish to better understand school from a student's perspective. If she were giving advice to prospective principals, Ms. Huffstetler would tell them the job is 99% responsibility and 1% power, because it is the principal's responsibility to educate children and own every piece of what occurs in the building. She is quick to give teachers all the credit for their contributions and hopes an article about her would begin with the headline, "She cared, and we know she cared." Congratulations, Rebecca Huffstetler, Principal at Southwest Middle School. Next up is Roxanne Jemison, Principal at Lowell Elementary School. Roxanne Jemison considers Lucy Calkins a professor at the Teacher College in New York, to be an educational role model that has impacted her professional career. She credits Ms. Calkins for deepening her understanding of how to grow teachers in their ability to teach reading. Ms. Jemison is especially excited about the implementing of the Lab Site program at Lowell and credits the program with improving collaboration amongst the staff. When giving advice to prospective principals, Ms. Jemison wants them to know the importance of putting people first. Her goal as a principal is to grow leaders and to give teachers the opportunity to take ownership in school decisions. If a news article was written about her, the professional life of Ms. Jemison, she hopes the headline would read, "She cared about children and she made a difference." Congratulations, Roxanne Jemison, principal at Lowell Elementary. Next is Lucretia Rice, principal at Forest Heights Elementary. Ms. Rice is extremely proud to tell others about the efforts Forest Heights staff have put forth to make the school's final year memorable for students. Their theme of #LastYearBestYear has made sure the students feel a part of the best year Forest Heights has ever had, leaving no one behind. Ms. Rice hopes that with the passage of the Every Child Succeed Act, local governments might have more decision-making power, which could in turn bring more funding to school where it is needed. She would like to see more flexibility for more personalized education for students with special needs. Ms. Rice credits multiple teachers and administrators in Gaston counties, former Principal Gary Henry to art teacher Brenda Boston, as having a difference in her life as a student and as an educator. When speaking about Ms. Boston, she said, "She taught me more than art. She taught me about life." Congratulations, Lucretia Rice, principal of Forest Heights. Next up is Dr. Rebecca Wilson, principal at Bessemer City Middle School. Dr. Wilson is very proud of her school's performance on state tests last year, as they exceeded expected growth. She says she and her staff have focused on small areas of growth rather than trying to tackle all the big issues. Dr. Wilson believes that we should serve every child at their level because every child has the potential to do anything within reason. When mentoring future principals, she stresses the importance of finding the highlights of every day in order to remember the reason they were called to be educators. Dr. Wilson tells them to always be firm, fair, and consistent in order to find success in the principalship. She hopes that the passage of Every Child Succeeds will bring needed changes to services for exceptional children at the middle school level in particular. She hopes a news article about her professional life would highlight her philosophy of working hard and playing hard without taking oneself too seriously. Congratulations, Rebecca Wilson, principal, Bessemer City Middle.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anthony Ballard. I work at Wells Fargo Bank. I'm excited to be here tonight to present to all the finalists. Tremendous job. I mean, you are you shape the future of our next leaders. So thank you for everyone for what you do. I mean, you are making the next, as Bill talked about, leaders in our community, the leaders of the nation. And I'm happy to be here because, one, my wife, she's a speech therapist for Gaston County Schools, so it's a pleasure to be able to present this award. So, much anticipated. So this year's Wells Fargo Principal of the Year is dedicated to helping all students succeed in the classroom, in the community, and in the world. This principal understands the importance of public education in the lives of children and works to communicate that focus in all areas of the school and the community. The Principal of the Year has high expectations for self and others, seeing every moment with children as an opportunity for learning. This school leader has a heart for students and works diligently to build the positive relationships with families in order to ensure support for teachers and the students. The principal leads by example, never hesitating to work alongside staff members to get the job done. Whatever it takes, this principal is determined to do the job well. The Principal of the Year is dedicated to the mission and vision of the school and the district, as well as determined to put forth every effort to see all schools find success. This principal is dedicated, professional, and committed to being a change agent for children. Drum roll, please. It is my distinct pleasure to congratulate the 2016-17 Principal of the Year, Rebecca Huffsettler.
Thank you. I didn't expect this so much that I left my speech with my sister. So thanks for helping me out always. In 2006, as a nod to the millions who contributed to the World Wide Web in their own way, Time magazine, perhaps controversially and infamously, named you as their Person of the Year. Likewise, there are many of you here tonight who represent not only yourselves but many others who have contributed to my journey and invested in me in this moment in my career. And this honor is really much more about you. It's about the Southwest Middle School family who showers me with grace, lots of grace, support and laughter and unwavering loyalty over the last 3 years. They have truly made me a better person. It's to those of you who represent the Hunter Huss family and the Ryan Elementary family who molded me as a first-year assistant principal and a first-year principal and opened my eyes to a community that I could not love any more than if it is where my home was. To the principal pals who took me under their wings and have mentored me and encouraged me every step of this way. It's to you, Mr. Booker, to our cabinet and school board members who trust us with the present, but also with the future. It's to Mr. Dedman, who gave me my first job as a teacher. It's to Miss Guthrie, who was my librarian at Mount Holly and instilled in me a love of reading. To Mr. Collier, who allowed me to teach his children, and the other board members who support me diligently, and all of us. It's to you, the middle school principals, who have committed yourselves to making a place where adolescents really want to be. It's to the principals of the schools who have been deemed as low performing by the state, and yet we know that our students and teachers defy that label every single day. It's to you, the other 54 principals who share your best ideas at principals meetings, who send emails that say, I thought of this, have you thought about this? And your passion is radiant in everything you do. It's to my former teachers like Miss McGee, who's here tonight from East Gaston High School, former students like Courtney Wellman. It's like a college friend in Beth Crosby, who have invested in my life in every step of the way. It's to the support staff in the central office, who don't support us with words, but also with your actions. It's to you, Dr. Abernathy, who's always been honest. You're a role model of high expectations. And for those of you who know how long she spent with me on my first day as a principal, and everyone after, I thank you so much. To you, Wells Fargo, who represents the commitment of excellence from our community so that we can do what we do every day to support children. It's to my family, who's represented by my sister here tonight, especially my mother, who sends me a text message every day who says she prays for safety and wisdom for our school system and our students. And it's to God who has called me to the greatest profession ever, who has surrounded me with angels, of both which I'm aware and also unaware. You see, it takes a village to raise a child, but it has taken an entire school system to raise me. Thank you once again for this honor.
And now for the recognition of our Teachers of the Year representing all 55 schools in Gaston County. The way this will work is we're going to ask our honorees to line up beginning here at the stage and going around this side of the room. We'll have you lined up as the way that you appear in the program. And principals, if your honoree could not be here tonight, we ask for you to please stand in for your honoree to accept his or her award. And we will ask Mr. Booker and Mr. Ramsey to please come forward for the presentation of awards. We begin with Ashbrook High School, Shelley Gibson. Beam Elementary School, Alex Fitchin. Beam Intermediate, Miranda Barron. Belmont Central Elementary, Kimberly Parrish. Belmont Middle, Lisa Taylor. Bess Elementary, Jennifer Crooks. Bessemer City Central, Samantha Gower. Bessemer City High School, Tony Linton. Bessemer City Middle, Karen Archer. Bessemer City Primary, Jill Hall. Brookside Elementary, Beth Washley. Carr Elementary, Viviana Perez. Catawba Heights Elementary, Jennifer Rhodes. Chapel Grove Elementary, Ken Loudon. Chavis Middle School, Jeannie Peeler, who could not be with us this evening. Cherryville Elementary School, Dawn Whitworth, who could not be with us this evening. Cherryville High School, Melanie Hawkins. Costner Elementary, Courtney Wellman. Stuart W. Kramer High School, Bridget Sleeper Matsky. Cramerton Middle School, Ray Cloyd. East Gaston High School, Sharon McGee. Forest Heights Elementary, Rebecca Sissel. From Forest View High School, Kylie McCollum could not be with us this evening. From W.C. Friday Middle School, Rebecca Sochacki. Close. Please forgive me. Gardner Park Elementary, Amy Hurley. Gaston Early College High School, Laura Sexton, and accepting for Laura is the principal, Sheila Wyatt. Greer Middle School, Sheila Adams. We'll bring the line on forward a little bit. Hawks Nest Intermediate School, Jenna Geringer. Highland School of Technology, Cole Hairston. Holbrook Middle School, Meredith Lamb. She could not be with us this evening, so accepting for her is Principal Jessica Steiner. Hunter Huss High School, Rachel Brown. Kaiser Elementary, Melissa Combs. Lingerfelt Elementary, Mary Beth Barrett. Lowell Elementary School, Donna Carver. McCaddenville Elementary, Elizabeth Crosby. Mount Holly Middle School, Carrie Messer. New Hope Elementary, Robin Bone. North Belmont Elementary, Heather Gibson could not be with us this evening, so accepting for her is Principal Ryan Smith. North Gaston High School, Angela Datz. Page Primary School, Mary Prunty. Pinewood Elementary School, Jessica Hart. Pleasant Ridge Elementary, Elizabeth Grant. Rankin Elementary, Leanna Cook. Robinson Elementary, Amber Litvin. Sadler Elementary, Susan Sander. South Point High School, got ahead of myself there, Miss Sherwood. From Sherwood Elementary, Lee Davis. Apologize for that. Now South Point High School, Doug Kaiser. Southwest Middle School, Bill Bushart. Springfield Elementary, Robin Medlock. Stanley Middle School, Kelly Robb could not be with us, so accepting for her is Principal George Connor. Tryon Elementary School, Shelley Smith. Warlick Academy, Matthew Shuford could not be with us, accepting for Mr. Shuford is Principal Kurt Hovis. Courtney Williams from Webb Street School could not be with us this evening. From Woodhill Elementary, Tiffany Thompson. And from York Chester Middle School, Amy Higginbotham. And we're going to ask Mr. Kavanaugh to come back to the podium to introduce the 5 finalists for Gaston County Teacher of the Year. And as he calls each person to the podium, we have a short video presentation that we would like for you to watch for each of our honorees.
The honoree would come join me when I call your name. First is Leanna Cook, kindergarten teacher at Ida Rankin Elementary.
My name is Leanna Cook, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at Rankin Elementary.
3, 34, 35, 36, 7, 8, 9.
The reason I teach is because I love kids, and I believe in kids, and I think kids need excitement and enthusiasm and theater and music and creativity, and all of that should be infused in everybody's classroom.
Saturdays, there are 7 days in a week.
My goal in teaching is to inspire my kids to be creative, lifelong, passionate people and learners.
If you are a student in Miss Cook's kindergarten classroom, you must be ready to dance, sing, act, and read. You can read Pete the Cat with expression, and you must know how to whip and nay-nay when your brain needs a little break. Colleagues say Miss Cook is interested in teaching the whole child, and she does what all teachers should aspire to do, bring the curriculum to life. They describe her as exuberant, dynamic, witty, and amazing. One colleague described her by saying, "She is awesome, the happiest, most energetic teaching artist I have ever known." Students say Miss Cook is a good teacher that loves us and helps us. They describe her as funny, happy, silly, and a goofball. One student's favorite lesson this year was when they used Legos and marbles during center time, and another student said Miss Cook lets us act and she gives good treats. Congratulations, Leanna Cook, Teacher of the Year, Ida Rankin Elementary. if Beth Crosby, 5th grade teacher from McAdenville Elementary, would join me.
My name is Beth Crosby, and I'm a 5th grade teacher at McAdenville.
32.5%. That's unusual.
The reason I'm a teacher today is because without teaching, there would be no other professions in the world. There aren't any other jobs that I can think of where I get to be a teacher, a social worker, a psychologist, a doctor, a mom, a friend. My goal is for them to come out confident in themselves and understanding that they have the ability to be a lifelong learner.
0.
During a class discussion on the Bill of Rights in Mrs. Crosby's class, you might want to keep an eye out for flying fish. Mrs. Crosby keeps students engaged in the conversation by tossing the fish to give students the floor. She wants to make sure that not only do you know the Bill of Rights, but that you can apply them to everyday situations. Colleagues say Mrs. Crosby is the cream of the crop. As a Pinnacle leader and a mentor to new teachers, Mrs. Crosby models professionalism and instills discipline. They say she knows every child at McAdenville and is a genuine person who loves education and children. Students describe Mrs. Crosby as awesome, fun, amazing, and the best teacher I've had so far. When asked their favorite lesson in her class, students said elephant toothpaste and dish soap chemical reactions. They say Mrs. Crosby knows a lot, and middle schoolers come back to her for help. They enjoy it with the Bank of Crosby, where they earn money to buy rewards, and Writing Day in books because she responds to them. Congratulations, Beth Crosby, Teacher of the Year, McAdenville Elementary. Next is Lee Davis, 5th grade teacher, Sherwood Elementary.
I'm Lee Davis. I'm a 5th grade teacher here at Sherwood Elementary, and I teach because I want to inspire my students today for their futures tomorrow.
5. So how could you write that? 0, just 0.
I want them to know that whatever their hearts desire, that they can achieve. Very good, okay? And then you notice how... Even I want to equip them with everything that I can to be successful in their life.
That's fine. Exactly. Very good.
How would you design a small package to hold lots of popcorn while keeping costs low and the popcorn in perfect condition? If you're a 5th grader in Lee Davis's 5th grade class at Sherwood, you would know exactly where to start. Colleagues at Sherwood say Mrs. Davis is always willing to step up and lend a hand. As a Pinnacle leader, she is willing to help her peers as they integrate more technology in their classrooms. They describe her as being charismatic, enthusiastic, bubbly, and caring. One colleague said Mrs. Davis exudes professionalism and truly loves what she does. Students say Mrs. Davis doesn't just care about grades, she really wants us to learn. They particularly enjoyed making glue balls, working with decimals, and dividing fractions this year. When asked to describe Mrs. Davis, students described her as nice, helpful, caring, and enthusiastic. A student thinks Mrs. Davis should be Gaston County Teacher of the Year because she has helped me like no other teacher before, especially with fractions. Congratulations, Lee Davis, Teacher of the Year, Sherwood Elementary. Next up is Shelley Gibson, Math 1 teacher, Ashbrook High School.
Hi, my name is Shelley Gibson, and I teach Math 1 at Ashbrook High School. You would use parentheses around your bases. Make sure you use that. I teach because I want to change lives, and I change the lives of my kids from helping them see that they can be successful in a subject area such as math. It feels good that you make an impact in their lives. It really does. I know what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do. That's what it's all about.
Is math difficult for you? Do you need help figuring out how to solve equations? If so, Shelley Gibson wants the opportunity to help you make sense out of math. Not only does Miss Gibson teach 3 classes of Math 1 every day, but she teaches an extra section during her planning period. She is determined to help students who struggle with math at Ashbrook High School. Colleagues say if Miss Gibson can help with something, she doesn't hesitate to do it. They say she is always available to help students and will drive a bus to take kids home when they stay after school for additional help. Her peers use words like nurturing, supportive, determined, and kind to describe Miss Gibson. Another said Miss Gibson brings honor to the profession of teaching and is a great representative for teachers. Students say they love Miss Gibson because she makes sure that they understand by breaking down math in understandable ways. They describe Miss Gibson as caring, outgoing, reliable, and smart. One student said Miss Gibson is different from other teachers because you can see she wants to be here with us. She goes the extra mile for us. Another said she really tries her best to help us. She believes in us even when we doubt ourselves. Congratulations, Shelley Gibson, Teacher of the Year, Ashbrook High School. Finally, Cole Hairston, Music Teacher, Highland School of Technology.
My name is Cole Hairston. I teach music at Highland School of Technology. I teach because I want to walk in and see kids learn how to become musicians. Not just how to play a piece of music, but how to take that piece, how to apply themselves, their emotions, everything that they bring to the table, and how to make something out of that, make something beautiful that other people can experience.
If music is your passion, Cole Hairston's classroom is the place for you. There is no doubt about Mr. Hairston's passion for music and for helping students improve their skills as musicians. Colleagues say Mr. Hairston relates well with students, which has grown the music program and excitement about music at Highland. They say he is always happy and singing. Peers say Mr. Hairston has helped students realize their potential, which has empowered them to take on more leadership roles within the school. They describe him as talented, motivated, easygoing, and knowledgeable. Students say Mr. Hairston is a great teacher because he knows what he's talking about and he always wants them to get better. They say not only does he care about how they perform, but more importantly, he cares about them as people. Students use words such as passionate, charismatic, witty, and hardworking to describe Mr. Hairston. One student said, Mr. Hairston has built the band program from the ground up. Now students want to be music majors because of his inspiration. Congratulations, Cole Hairston, Teacher of the Year, Highland School of Technology.
Good evening. I am Pamela Gaff, and I am here to present the Teacher of the Year, and I'm honored to be amongst you all, not only as a team member of an organization that cares so much about education, but also as a product of the school system that we are here to support this evening. Thank you for the few teachers in this room who contributed to my education from my beginnings at New Hope Elementary to my graduation from Ashbrook High School in 2003, so thank you all. In efforts to recognize outstanding educators and to show support for public education, Wells Fargo is a proud sponsor of the Teacher of the Year Award in Gaston County. Each year we are pleased to have the opportunity to highlight the achievements of Gaston County teachers and to name one individual the Teacher of the Year. This year's Teacher of the Year strives for excellence each and every day, from planning relevant lessons to building relationships with students and families. This teacher understands the value of public education and the importance of each assignment has in growth of not only the students as learners, but in students as citizens. This Teacher of the Year sets the example for all to follow. If a need arises in the school, this person will be sure the need is met. This teacher realizes the importance of school and community involvement and strives to promote the positive impact and public education has on students in our classrooms. This Teacher of the Year serves as role model for teachers and students by being genuine and the type of educator we need in our classrooms. This teacher has high expectations for self, peers, and students, and continually seeks new opportunities to lead, learn, and grow. This Teacher of the Year does not seek accolades, but rather focuses the spotlight on student achievements and success as a school. This teacher is the picture of professionalism, accepting the role of teacher leader with determination and dedication. It is with great pleasure that I announce the 2016-2017 Gaston County Teacher of the Year, Miss Elizabeth Crosby.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay. Those who know me well know that there are a few times in my life that I'm rendered speechless. I have something to say about everything all the time. But I'm grateful to have these words up here tonight because I am truly stunned. I'm so beyond humbled and honored to be here tonight with my colleagues and friends. I have to do some shout outs to people. Gwen Cook sits behind me in Sunday school every Sunday morning. We talk about things. Lisa Montgomery, Addie had the joy of her niece for 3 years in my classroom, and she is my Lulu, and she is my heart and soul. Rebecca Hustetler, when I was coming into Meredith College as a freshman, I got a letter from my big sis at college, and her name was Rebecca Hustetler, and she was in student government at Meredith, and so I'm sitting here tonight and I told my principal, everybody I know and love has gotten up here tonight, so I'm fine, let me go home. But every person in this room is a testament to the amazing things that are happening in our county on a daily basis, and the school system would be a drastically different place if each one of you wasn't a part of it. People often ask me, how do you do it? How do you work with kids all day, every day? And what I tell them is this: I am incredibly blessed to be able to do what I love in a place that I love with big and little people that I love so dearly. I get to wake up every day and spend it in a community that's become an integral part of who I am. It doesn't matter if you leave the Ville, you never leave the Ville. As Mrs. Withers and others that have come and gone, once you're there, it's a part of who you are. My little school is such an awesome place, not just at Christmas time, but it is, I get to serve it with Mrs. Linda Neely and George Floyd and James Ramir, and people who have left me over years and left an imprint on who I am, and staff and kids who constantly strive to make me and to make each other as best as they can be. That's what I love most about teaching, watching kids reach the potential that they didn't even know that they had inside of them. And I wish I had time to tell you stories of kids that I've had over the years that have taught me more than I could ever imagine. But I'd be glad to tell you more stories when I have more time to talk. I would not be up here tonight without the inspiration of educators who have shaped me. Mr. Alan Edwards, my 7th grade English teacher at Daniels Middle School in Raleigh, who took a shy student and helped her grow confidence in herself. Mrs. Joanne Smith, my high school algebra teacher. We don't forget our high school math teachers, by the way. But she taught me to sing the quadratic formula that I don't exactly know what it does, but I can sing it for you now. And Mrs. Sharon Dorn, my 1st grade teacher, who made learning come alive for me when I was 6 years old. I have to thank my role models, Joy Bivens, Vicki Walkup, and Jenna Beckham, who were my mentors in McAdamville and have continued to be my inspirations now. I love all of them, and I'm so blessed to have learned from them. I also have to honor the memory of Jane Robinson, who was my assistant for 9 years at McAdamville, who was and is my Mama Jane, and she's since moved on to heaven. But I know you're here with me now like you're with me every day, laughing with me and laughing at me. To my McAdamville family, past and present, thank you for putting up with more than a little bit of craziness out of me every day. I tend to get really, really stressed out and somebody talks me down, and then they go on and they still love me. I share all of this with you and love you more than you'll ever know. My mama always taught me to live big and dream bigger. And my mother-in-law is right there beside her, always supporting me, especially even if I think it's hopeless. I'm grateful to God for their love and support. My husband, Tommy, is my rock and my faithful companion, and he truly puts meaning behind the t-shirts they sell that say, "Real men marry teachers." I love you. My boys, Ethan and Tyler, are my heart and my soul and my inspiration. I do what I do because I want to be the kind of teacher that I want them to have in the future. Most importantly, thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who grants me the grace and strength and forgiveness that gets me through each day. Thank you again, Gaston County Schools. I promise you I will work to my end to follow in the footsteps of Mr. Kavnar and the greatness in this county. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the best school system in this nation. Thank you again.
Congratulations to all of tonight's winners. We would like to thank our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Dr. Kim Maddox, Beth Suber, and the entire Human Resources Department team for the incredible work to make this program a success. Let's give Human Resources a round of applause. We are extremely proud of our new Teacher of the Year, Beth Crosby, our Principal of the Year, Rebecca Huffstadler, and our other award winners and honorees tonight. Thank you for all that you do for Gaston County Schools, and we look forward to seeing Rebecca Huffstadler advance in the Principal of the Year regional competition, and of course, Beth Crosby to move forward in the Regional Teacher of the Year, and hopefully follow in the footsteps of Bobby Kavanaugh. And now with our closing remarks, please welcome Superintendent Booker.
We should also thank Todd. A lot of work goes into this. What a night. Just pause. Think about all the passion you just saw as Beth spoke. Think about what you heard as Rebecca talked about people speaking in her life. And good gracious, Lisa gave us an anthology of Gaston County. Folks, it is special what you do. I am more humble than anyone that's come up here to just be a part of this and to get to walk around and talk about what you do. I walk into classrooms and just become amazed. And I think back to teachers who poured into me and had no idea what they were doing. You don't know what you do every day and how that child has come with whatever baggage, and you just put the baggage aside and you speak into their lives. And this is rarefied air. When we watched those videos last night at the board, I just got emotional and said, folks, let's just soak this in. So please take time to soak it in. It is easy for us to hear those bad words, low performing. There is nothing low performing in this county. And so, we do thank Wells Fargo. I kidded earlier. We appreciate that you let us plan to have this every year and that you treat our folks the way they should be treated every day. I read a sign today. It said, think deeply, speak gently, love much, laugh a lot, work hard, and be kind. I've seen all of that tonight, and it goes on in our 55 houses of life every day. Thank you so much. Be safe getting home.